And we are live.
We are live.
Welcome, everybody. Episode 5 of the Splitting Hairs podcast. Ray's sitting right beside me. I'm Dirk. And again, this week we're by ourselves.
I contacted Jonathan Lewis if he wanted to come down. He said he did, but I haven't heard back from him. So if he shows up, he's more than welcome to come on.
Yeah, we're still set up for him. There's still a chair.
Yep, still a chair there.
So maybe you're watching. Are you watching, Jonathan? You're later than I am. So
That's saying something. All right. Where are we podcasting, or are we podcasting? We sent out on Facebook, or
we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, so we should be on Instagram.
Don't look like it. Oh, there it is.
Yep.
There it is.
Feel free to ask your questions.
Oh yeah, ask us anything. And also, if anybody wants to be a guest, just reach out. We'll be happy to sit down and have a conversation with you and see what you got to say. We're pretty open. Like, we'll let anybody come on and say just about anything they want within reason. Of course, we don't want nothing hateful on here or anything like that. But yeah, if you guys want to be a guest on here, reach out to us and we'll have us a conversation.
I've reached out to a couple of my buddies, Hang Time and Baron, and both of them said they'd be cool with being on, but neither one of them have given me a date.
It is kind of hard to. It's hard to schedule yourself out.
But everybody tag them and tell them you're ready for them to come on.
Yeah, and if there's somebody out there you guys would like to see as a guest, reach out to us. We'll see what we can do about getting them on for sure.
Dave Portnoy would be great.
Who?
Isn't that his name? Dave Portnoy, the pizza guy.
Oh yeah. The one bite challenge.
Yeah, yes. He could come here and be a guest and try the pizza.
Oh yeah.
You guys tag him too.
That would be great. Yeah, tag him up. If he gets down to North Carolina, we'd sure love to have him on there.
I think your pizza is actually his style of pizza that he prefers. Right.
It's hard for me to say. Like, I don't really get a lot of time to really slow down and watch a whole bunch of stuff. I've definitely seen his challenges and everything, and I would love to be here. I know that he likes the crust. I believe our crust is right in line with what he likes for sure. I said I'd be more than happy to take the challenge. And unlike a few ones that I've seen, I wouldn't be looking to kick him out of my restaurant. I don't know what in the world they were thinking. Yeah. Hey, Katie, how you doing today?
I saw that one where they were he gave them a 0. They were like, "Hey, you can't film out here."
Yeah, that's why would you not? You're supposed to take all the dang notoriety that you can get, man. Somebody's putting it out there, and especially on a large platform like he's got. I don't know why anybody would be upset about something like that.
There was a Christmas episode where he went to this little tiny restaurant that was about to close. They'd been there for a while. Apparently the food was really good. They just weren't doing well. And he went there and he gave them a really high score. And the guy was like, "Man, it's kind of too late." He's like, "I'm shutting the doors in 2 weeks."
Oh.
And he was like, "How much money do you need to keep the doors open?" And he threw out a big nut. I think he wanted 50, 60 grand. And Dave was like, "Done. It'll be in your bank account tomorrow." And
wow.
He saved that dude. And then, after that was enough money to keep him going, another month, 2. But with the influx of business after that, with everybody coming there, because he was in that little short 6-minute YouTube video, that changed the rest of his life.
Yeah. And that's what I don't understand. Like, why it would be upset you can't film here or something. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And you're not going to look good to your normal customers either. Like, we really value our customers here. So when my customer comes to me and they say something, like, we take it to heart.
Yeah.
Do whatever we can to try to fix it, appease it, meet them in the middle if we got to, whatever we can.
Being in the service industry, it's those things. You'll get those employees that won't care about the customers at all, that get mad when something's wrong, but they don't understand it. The customers are how you feed your children, right? That's your business. That's how you feed your kids, right? Like,
yeah. So I try not to overstep. You know what I mean? Like, we stick to our stuff in the walls here, and we do more worried about us than anything. So, man, how's your week been?
Long.
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 Yeah, what happened?
I was just normal work. It's not quite our busy season, but we're knocking on the door of
Yeah.
the busy season, right?
Yeah.
And again, I had people out of work and getting stalled out on stuff, and everybody gets sick this time of year. You know how it goes.
Right.
You know. And when you work that close to people, one person gets sick, and this person's going to get sick, and then this person
I'm so very, very aware of that. There's been many days where I've had to step in and feel that sometimes 2-3 people's role in here.
Yeah.
Just to make sure we keep the doors open, keep going.
But it's just like when you send your kids back to school at the end of summer, right?
Uh-huh.
They're going to get sick that first 2 weeks, right? Just from being contact, and then the kids get sick, then the parents get sick, and then they go to work and they get everyone sick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's standard virology. Is that what they call it? Study of viruses and then virology or something like that. I believe it is. Or pathology. I don't know. One of those. One of the ologies.
It is. And now I'm really thinking about it because I watched a lot of House.
Oh yeah, I loved House. I loved House.
Was a great show.
He was such a jerk. Like everybody hated him, but you had to respect him.
Yeah, he was always right though. He was.
That's probably the most annoying thing. That's the most annoying trait in a person is when they're always right. It's like, man, I understand you know a lot, but oh my God, like give me a win here somewhere. Yeah, our week was pretty standard here too. I mean, yeah, the season's starting to come on. You can see it, you know. That's why we've hired on a couple of new faces, you know, help keep up a little bit of that slack. And you're looking for employees too, aren't you?
I'm always looking for employees.
Yeah.
Always. It's almost our busy season. Yeah, we probably got another month. But then, you know, we're going to open the pool, and then you'll get families coming in, and families and more families going to the beach and family reunions. We do a lot of family reunions in the summertime because we got a big event room, you know. So they'll rent out 20 hotel rooms and the event room, and they'll have most of the hotel to themselves for a whole weekend, you know.
Okay. Well,
that's a big thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's the anniversary of Harambe.
We talked about him last week.
So I learned some stuff about Harambe.
Okay.
Did you know that male gorillas are the ones that take care of the children? And the better they are at taking care of the children, the more children they'll have.
Okay.
Right?
Makes sense.
Okay, so Harambe wasn't the first incident of this happening in America. It happened 2 other times. The first time it happened, the gorilla, again, a male gorilla, but it was an older male gorilla. It's like a 25-year-old male gorilla.
Mm-hmm.
He grabbed the child and he took the child straight up to where the employee exit is for the gorilla enclosure, and he just laid him right there and he took off. The second time, the child actually knocked himself out, and the gorilla come and just made sure he was all right and protected him from the other gorillas. And when he woke up and started crying, that gorilla chased off all the other gorillas to their enclosures.
Well, that's cool.
This
you did do some deep diving on this, huh?
The gorillas are crazy when it comes to, especially male gorillas. They take care of children, you know, and they've been known to do it with human children. The only reason they were worried about Harambe was because he was only 15 and he had never had children.
Right.
But they're saying that that's why he didn't go inside when they made the call and everything. And they were just worried that he would be a little too rough and accidentally kill the child.
Right. I don't think anybody thought he was going to be super like aggressive. Like you look at them and they are, you know, a male gorilla, especially the silverback. He is going to be aggressive, but that's only to things challenging him or, you know, threatening his, what do you call it? Is it a troop? It's a troop, right?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. Well, they challenge his troop or something, and he does what he's got to do. But
but it happens way more often than you think. There was a kid that fell into a African wild dog enclosure.
Ooh.
He didn't make it.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
But
those are not friendly critters at all.
Kids are often getting into zoo exhibits.
And why is this a thing?
Like-
how are we not able to stop this? I mean, what does it take? Like about a 6-foot glass so you can see in without being able to get in there?
And I think that would be the better option anyway, right?
You would think.
Because you're a good ways away. You wouldn't want just the fence there where you got to look through the fence. You could easily put up glass.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
I
A
mean,
fence you can climb. You're not going to
Yeah.
climb the glass.
No.
And if you make at least 6 foot, no kid's going to be able to do it. Somebody my size would be able to, but hopefully we're smart enough to not jump into the wild dog exhibit.
Right.
When I was a kid, and I kind of remembered I was little, and we were at Asheboro Zoo where they have all the elephants and stuff.
Mhm.
And I so badly wanted to climb in that thing, and there was some stranger there that stopped me. I was upset with him, but he stopped me from doing that. I mean, kids are going to do it. Like, they're like, oh, I've seen these on TV. I've seen people touch these, play with, whatever. You're not thinking of, personal relationships that people have with these animals. Oh, sorry.
Kids are stupid. Kids are stupid, man. My youngest son, who is almost a genius, he's a really smart kid. He fell out of a tree at school and broke his back. Why did he climb the tree? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But he was one of those kids where if I didn't pay close attention to him, he was going to climb something.
Yeah.
Like it happened so many times. We'd be at the baseball field, right? And I'd look over here and I'm like, where's Christopher? And I'd look up and he'd be on top of the batting cage thing, like at the very top, just sitting up there. So yeah, kids are going to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you hear from Jonathan, and is he coming?
Just no, he had something came up and he had to go out of town. So I'm assuming, and knowing Jonathan, it had to be something pretty extreme for that, because he's a really good person, and he's not one to leave somebody hanging. So
Yeah.
Hope everything works out for you, John, and you get whatever the situation is. I hope it works out in your favor, man. And we're here with you. We appreciate you reaching out and letting us know too. So yeah, these things happen, man. It's the world. We'll have him on another day.
We got 3 people watching though. Who are our people watching? Let's see. Well, 5 people. It's showing 5 people there.
This guy, now I got 6 on mine. Now it says 7. Hey, we don't know what we got. Everyone's showing a different number.
I got Debbie and I got Lance. Lance might be still watching.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hey Debbie, how are you?
Now what is that one on?
That one's on my Facebook. I got it on.
Oh, you shared it on yours?
Yeah, mine, Axe to Grind, and I got it on the Splitting Hairs YouTube channel. Go out and subscribe to that right now.
Yep.
Right now, I'll
like, subscribe, do all the good
link
stuff
down in the bio.
Yeah, help us out, guys. So if we get bigger, man, we can get some bigger names here in Richmond County too. That's the ultimate goal, right?
Yeah.
Take it to the next level. So
Let's see.
But I love talking to our local guys too, man. We have
Yeah.
some really interesting people just right here in Richmond County. I mean, we've had people right out of Richmond County. I mean, other than the ones that are the most obvious, Bucky and whatnot, they've gone on to do some pretty big things with their life, man. North Carolina, in particular, has produced a lot of talent. Like a lot of famous people, a lot of talents have come out of North Carolina. I don't know what it is about this area, but it's definitely producing some extraordinary folks.
Bucky, man, when he was on American Idol, I was bartending at Miss Kitty's out in Gibson. And they made us wear T-shirts with his face on it. So I was never a fan of him after that.
Oh, that's not fair. That's not fair to him. Like, I understand that he's got people here that, dislike, and then he's got people that are jealous and everything else, all the things that come with making it.
Mine was just
that
t-shirt.
ain't fair.
Yeah, it was just,
that's not fair to
just
him.
wearing that. It could have been a cool T-shirt, but they were ugly and they were white, and I did not want to wear it.
White because it's cheap. I guarantee it. They were able to print them up fast and get them out. That's exactly what that was.
And Ducky's the better singer.
Car Debbie. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Come on out and watch the filming sometime. And
Yeah,
we
she's
we do
local.
it right here
Yeah.
in front of everybody. We got a few folks out here watching right now. We will always have something going on here. We like to stay mischievous.
Yeah.
Why was that word so hard for me to say? Good Lord. English is my second language.
I heard karaoke went well last night.
Yeah. The one of the members of Soundstage Entertainment, it was their birthday, and they had a nice little crowd with them. And then we had lots of new faces that came in last night for the first time. I love this place, man. That's the only reason when they said that they were going to shut it down, it broke my heart. So when they said that, well, they would look to be selling it. Like, I was like, man, I don't know if I definitely didn't have the resources. I didn't know if I had enough just experience and knowledge and know-how to be able to pull it off, but I didn't want to see the place die. I love this place. I think this is a great thing. Yeah. It's a great thing for Richmond County, for sure. And I would never want to see this place close down, shut the doors. And you know what I mean? I bang my head against the wall sometimes trying to figure out how to keep it going.
That you can't believe how much of my adult life has been spent in a bar.
Yeah.
You know, it's you meet everybody. Like, once you work at a bar a good amount of time, you know everybody in town.
Oh, yeah.
And you make those connections that last forever, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, definitely. I've definitely made a lot of good friends that I think are going to be lifetime friends, you know, since I've been here, even back when I was just working here.
And didn't you see some things that, you know, every night's different?
Yes, it is.
Every night's different.
Yes, it is. Yeah, we've had some interesting evenings. One day soon, we're going to have Lava Man. We're going to have him on. There was an accident out front. Somebody running from the law, for whatever reason, decided it was going to be a great idea to come straight up Hamlet Avenue, wrecked his vehicle, and Lava Man, he went out there and basically was the first reporter on scene. And it was hilarious, and I absolutely loved his video. So I invited him to come on. Hey, buddy. Y'all come on in, sit down. We doing a podcast. Hey, buddy. So, but yeah, so I reached out to him and asked him if he'd like to be a guest, and he said, yeah, absolutely. So it's just a matter of getting the scheduling worked out with him. Yeah. And I think that's going to be a fun podcast. I think it's going to be hilarious. I think it's going to be a terrific podcast.
I love this commentary on the video.
Yes.
And
that's just his personality. Great. You know, he's been in here several times, and that is just his personality is all that is. That's not a character he's come up with or nothing. That is straight up him.
That's always the best people.
Yeah.
That you know, most people are boring.
Yeah.
When you try to fit in, you know, too much.
I'm never worried about fitting in. I try not to ruffle feathers, but I don't try to necessarily fit in. I wouldn't be happy trying to live as something I'm not, for sure.
Oh, no, man.
And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Like, we only get so many swings around the sun, so you better enjoy the ones you got because you don't know when it's over. You know what I mean? So I try to live every moment and every day to not step on people's toes, let them enjoy their life and their limited number of swings around the sun.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I was hearing someone the other day. They were having a conversation with their kids about the whole, we got to love our enemies and treat our enemies good. At this point in my life, I don't have any enemies. I don't, you know.
I don't have enemies. There's people out there that don't like me or don't care for me, sure. I think that's just part of life, but I don't think I have any enemies. I don't think anybody out there actually wants me harmed or anything. I hope not. Right, I don't want it for you. I can promise you. So, hey, Crystal, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. And like I said, man, you guys follow that link down in the comments down there and go check out our YouTube. Like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Here,
help us build it up.
And I'll put the link in.
Good. You gonna put it in? What?
Yeah. I'll put it in the.
Was it not in the comments? Did I overspeak?
It's okay because I said it was going to be there and then I didn't put it there.
Oh, let's get it there. But make sure we can get them pushed over that way. I say I think Richmond County is a fantastic place. It truly is. But I think Hamlet's something a little bit special, and any kind of notoriety that we can bring back to Hamlet or use any of this in any way to further Hamlet, I think is a good thing. There are some really, really good people that live in this county for sure.
There we go, guys. Now there's a link to our YouTube in the comments, and we're also live on YouTube.
Perfect. I haven't even seen. I'm gonna go over to YouTube. I want to see what it looks like on YouTube. I don't even think I've seen that yet. There it is. So what's new? What's going on new at the hotel? Anything coming up or anything?
Man, we're about to do a lot. We're gonna remodel all of our bathrooms this summer.
Oh, well, that sounds awful.
Sounds awful and great and awful.
Awful and great and awful.
Yeah, I really, really want them to be new. But at the same time, I don't want to lose the revenue. I don't want to.
Trying to find I can follow the live. Oops.
You should be.
There we go.
For me, it had two different pages. There we go.
There it is.
Yeah.
I found it. Well, that's cool.
But I don't want to lose the revenue. I'm greedy like that, yeah. But I need that revenue
for sure.
That's how
for sure.
Keep my employees, man.
I mean, I'm sure you guys, like, a lot of your guests are. We were on the road for so many hours. We really got to get some rest before we finish our journey, kind of thing. Because I mean, where we're at, there's nothing super big or fun to do in this area. Yeah, but we're a couple hours away from everything being here.
Yeah,
and that kind of puts us in a middle spot. Like, it's a great spot to go get some rest. We can just finish the last leg of this journey in the morning.
And man, people that get in weekends, they want to check in early, but they also want to check out late.
Yeah, of course.
So you'll be wanting people to go, I want to check out at 1:00. And then people get there at 10:00 in the morning. Hey, can I check in? I'm like, no, there's still someone in the room.
Now, what about when somebody wants to check out late? Like, how do you handle that?
It depends on their status. But because we have gold and silver and diamond. Okay. If they're a diamond member, they get anything they want.
Anything they want. There you go. Sign up for Diamond member. Yeah. That's what you need. Yeah. And like I said, now what you might as well use the platform while you got it here. What positions are you looking to fill?
I'm looking for housekeeping. I'm looking for a maintenance guy. I'm looking for a breakfast position. Summer's different than the wintertime. Summertime, we'll have 2 breakfast people. We'll have on weekends, because we'll have a lot of families coming through because we are the last stop before Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
So what people will do is they'll be on their way to Myrtle Beach. They'll stop at our hotel, sleep. That way, Saturday, they'll get a full day at the beach without being tired.
Right.
From driving a lot.
And it's got to be cheaper to stay there to finish that last leg to the beach.
Yeah, man. I had an employee today looking at rates at the beach, and there was one Hilton property going for $700 a night.
Dang.
$700 a night. Like,
better be a nice room. Better be a real nice room.
I know I'm part of the big thing, but it can't be that nice. Not $700 nice.
Right.
I guess probably be safe. Because I've heard Myrtle Beach has gotten dangerous.
Anytime you put a lot of people together, you're gonna get, what is it? It's something like 2% of the population are dangerous people, or something like that. It's not a very high amount, but you got to think that's 2 out of every 100 people. So if you got, like 5,000 people, it's not that bad. There's only a handful, but once you start getting up around 1 million people, and then a lot of them are tourists, you know what I mean? I think that makes a big, big difference. If you're a tourist town, you got a lot of cultures and everything just kind of being crammed together, and that can cause problems as well. But now, speaking of the hotels, I've noticed that our hotels, even here in Richmond County, they stay packed, but we'll have nothing going on. It has got to be purely based on the fact that we've got all the highways coming together.
Yeah,
right
yeah,
here.
yeah. They made 74 an interstate.
Yeah.
74 wasn't an interstate.
Well, you got
before.
74, 73, 220, and US 1
Yeah,
all
you
coming
do
together.
have one. Yeah, I didn't think about you had one here
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, we got, there's a lot of stuff that are just kind of coming together like that.
And we're kind of the middle point. We're in the middle of everything.
We're in the middle of the United States.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of this state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
if you want to go to Charlotte or you're going, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like we're kind of in the middle of everything.
A common story that we hear at Axe to Grind is, somebody, they're coming from Charlotte and they're going to Wilmington, or
Yep.
they're on their way back. This is a halfway point. So we Googled food and decided to stop here and get a bite. And I love those guys, man. I love the look on their faces as I walk them back. Because when you're walking up front, it's very bright and very much a restaurant up front, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then when you step through that door, like the whole atmosphere, everything changes when you get back to this side. So to look at their face, like I'm never looking forward. I'm always looking back at them, talking to them. So I watched their face go from, okay. Oh, I was not expecting this at all. And I love that look.
Yeah, well, you would never expect what it looks like back here compared to the front.
Right.
You come through and it.
And pretty much
Yeah.
everything that you see up here on the walls and all that, that's just been customers bringing us stuff. I mean, we bought a few decorations here and there, mostly like the whiskey signs and stuff that you see. We've either bought those or we've gotten them from our distributors. But yeah, pretty much everything you see, somebody has brought us and they're like, Ray, we think this would look great in here. And I don't care what it is. I'm usually like, yes, it would. And I'll find a home for it. And that's exactly what I do. So everybody looks like, well, where are you going to put it? And I'm like, no, dude, I have so much room left. Like we could put anything.
Yeah.
Don't you worry. And when they brought me the hood for the Warriors in Motion, and that's a great program. And if you are current or ex-military and you've ever had any kind of interest in any aspect of racing, you should reach out to the Warriors in Motion, because they will they'll give you that camaraderie that you miss from being in the military, but they're also going to teach you how to do stuff. You can learn to drive, or if you want to pit, or if you want to drift, or any kind of thing dealing with the vehicles. You really should reach out to them. It's a great organization, great people. Those guys is some of the best people I think I've ever met in my life.
We have a new subscriber, Trip Stewart.
All right.
He just subscribed. Trip Cautious. Without a doubt, he is the best all-around young professional wrestler in North Carolina.
Oh, awesome.
Like when I say this kid has it, I'm going to put you over, Trip. I mean, I'm sorry. I've been doing it for years. This kid naturally has it. I was talking about him maybe about a year ago. I was talking about him to another promoter, and I was like, hey, man, we really need to start pushing Trip. Trip has it. If we don't do it, somebody else is going to.
Right.
And then I'll be damned, a year later, Trip's a big star, and yeah.
Okay. We should do a wrestling.
I'd love to have you on,
podcast.
Trip. If you have any interest, I know you're local. You live around here,
Yeah.
right?
We should have a couple
Yeah.
wrestlers come talk to us, tell us about the inside of the business.
Yeah.
I think personally that would be an interest. I'm interested. I'm curious. I know we've got several wrestling fans that I know of that are listening right now. Oh, hey, Brandon. Hey, Brent. How y'all doing? Yeah, they're wrestling fans. Especially Brandon. Brandon will come in here, and I usually just leave the remote for the TV on the bar. He'll come in, he'll get himself something to eat, and he'll sit there and just watch wrestling videos for hours, like old stuff, like Raw from back in the 90s and stuff, just sitting there watching these matches.
Well, wrestling's one of those things, especially in this area,
Yeah.
right, where we would have shows here local. It's something you could go to, and most of the time it's something you went to with your grandparents. We had a lot of grandparents bringing their grandchildren.
Mhm.
And families, it gives families something to do when you can come out and pay $5-10 to get into a show, with your family. Your
Right.
Saturday night's filled, it gives you something to do, and it's right here. There's not much going on in these small towns.
Yeah.
Right,
I mean, you say that, but then there's always stuff going on around here. You know what I mean? Like we don't have a big amusement park or anything like that, but there is always something going on. You know what I mean? Like we do live music and have all our different games and stuff here. Hudson Brothers, they're doing karaoke and live music and other things like that. Like there is always something going on. We've got a new arcade that's opened up.
Really?
Yeah, it's he's not doing a great job at getting the word out, but yeah, it's pretty awesome in there. It's all VR stuff. Yeah.
Now that sounds cool.
It is. It's actually really cool.
What you know what it's called?
I can't remember what the name of it is.
Somebody in the comments, does anybody know what it's called? The arcade shop, Hamlet.
What is it?
It's Mega Park.
Mega Park?
Yeah.
Mega Park.
Okay.
Mega Park USA, I think so.
Yeah.
Right there next to Hardee's.
Yep.
Okay.
Right by the Hardee's in Hamlet. And I mean, it's pretty awesome. He's really got to get the word out.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to see it close up. I hate seeing all these businesses close up. You know, they don't. Some of it, you know, it's not being supported, but then some of it, it's just you're not getting the word out. And that is difficult, man. Like a lot of folks knew us at Frogettes, but it's amazing how much I had to put the word out just to get it into the average Joe's ear. Like I was everywhere all the time, you know, yelling it from the mountains. And they were like, oh, no, I've never heard of it. Even this place, I still got people saying, oh, I've never even knew this was here.
So me and Adam, shout out Adam Tharrington, fabulous guitarist, my lead guitarist, and Echo Vibe. We have a show here coming up on April 18th.
Sure
We're going to start at 9:00 and we're going to go until. But
I like that.
we were talking the other night, and we're going to go have flyers printed this week. Right, we're going to go have flyers and a couple bigger posters printed, and we're going to do it old school. We're going to go out and hand out flyers, which is not a thing I see people do a lot anymore.
Not a lot.
And I was going into a store the other day, and I'm going to give another shout out to the Blewett Dam Band.
Blewett
Dam Band.
Yeah.
But I was going into the store, and I saw their poster, right?
Yeah.
And later that day, I went to a tobacco store, and again, I saw their poster.
Nice.
And so I immediately went and looked them up, right? Got to get the word out. You got to do even kids.
Well, they're getting good notoriety around here. I mean, they're known in the scene anyways. Yeah, and they're a really good band. I can't remember. We got them coming back not too far from now, but we're going to have them back again. We have them in about 2-3 times a year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, much like Aftermath, you know what I mean? Like they're known around here, but like I'll be trying to tell them, you know, talking to folks not even that far outside of Richmond County, and they're like, "Oh, we've never heard of it." Like, I'm like, well, I thought you said you like local bands. Like, we love local bands. They'll start naming off bands I'd never heard of, and that's as soon as they start doing that, I'm like, all right, give me some phone numbers or some way to contact. I want to reach out. I want to see some videos. Friday's evident, you know, we're willing to take the chance on a band. Like, I mean, I'll give you a platform. Get up there and try it. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but, you know, quite oftentimes it does.
But you got to, you know, it works the same way in entertainment. You got to sell yourself.
Yeah.
If you believe in your dream, other people's. The more you believe it, the more they'll believe it. Right.
That's right.
But you got to put the work in. That's one thing. Again, Tony, hang time. We want you on. He always taught me, you know, we would go out and flyer weeks before a show, but we would also go out and flyer that day and go talk to people as they're going to Walmart. Hey, we're having a show here tonight, you know, come check it out, like, and really promoting yourself and selling yourself. And we're the same way with business, man. You got to tell people you're out there. You got to put in the work. I see, you know, I know today social media has become a thing, and people think, hey, I'm just going to share it on social media. But that doesn't work.
It's not enough
all the time.
But here's the other thing. Here's the other side of that coin is trying to get your name out there. You used to be able to just like, hey, I'm gonna film an advertisement and I'm gonna run it on the big networks, you know, CBS and Fox and, you know, all that. And that was great because you knew everybody at some point was going to be flipping through the TV. They're going to at least catch your advertisement once in a while. That's not a thing no more. You know, so now if I make a commercial, I mean, what radio station would I put it on? Like, I mean, what TV station would you try to put it on? Because nobody's doing that kind of stuff anymore. Everybody's going, you got your Apple Music and your Spotify
Well,
stuff like that.
Well, I think Apple does do that. Apple and Spotify both.
Yeah,
I think you
but the
can
thing is,
advertise
but
on there.
so back in the day, you would pay.
Yeah,
you
your
would pay
local.
Yeah. Like, here, I need my commercial out there. He's like, fine, I got you. And he would handle getting it on all the major networks. Well, now you have to be on so many platforms. You got to be on Spotify, YouTube, everywhere. You've got to make all these different connections and stuff. And it's like, where do you put it? Where do you start? You know what I mean?
And years ago, I used to love the local commercials. There was this kid I went primary school, Ford Simmons, and his family owned the local hardware store in Warburg.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like in third grade, but Ford was in the commercial, and he'd always say, "I'm Ford Simmons, and this is my do-it-center store." At the end, cute little kid, and this is 30 years later, and I still like to poke fun at him about it. But those local commercials, I wish I could see that old commercial that they had made right there in town. And
we did that food show a couple weeks back, and we stayed at a hotel. It was the evening time. We were just, we're getting old, so we were ready to just kind of kick back, lay in the bed, watch TV, go to sleep. And I'm laying there, and then like the commercials are coming on. I'm thinking to myself, like, man, how long has it been since I just like flipped on a regular cable TV and just buzzed through the channels? I'm like, this is something I don't do anymore. And I'm watching some of these commercials out there.
And honestly, I pay not to see commercials.
A lot of people do, yeah. So that makes it even harder to get your stuff out. So now what that does is that makes it so that only your big box, they're the only ones that really get notoriety. Your Walmarts and whatever area you're in, whatever the big grocery stores are, like they're the only ones that's really going to get like the big notoriety. So small mom and pop places like Axe to Grind, we can't compete with that, and nobody's watching the TV no more. So there's no sense in trying to like waste your money trying to put out a commercial like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I just talked a bunch of nonsense, but
no,
I'd say it's quite difficult to get the word out in a reasonable fashion. You used to be able, if I dump, let's say I decide I want to dump $1,000 in advertising, that doesn't go nowhere now. You know what I mean?
No.
And now basically I pay $1,000. They'll come, they'll do the advertisement, and then like, all right, well, here you go. And like, well, what do I do with this? You know what I mean? Like, I don't what am I going to do with it? Like, I put the Axe to Grind YouTube together, and that was the only thing because I didn't know what else to do with it. So they came, they did it. They wanted to do it, and wonderful.
It was good.
Yes.
Yeah, it was good.
They did a fantastic job. And like, what do I do with it? Like, how do I get it out to the public? So I put it there just to make sure I could have it in case I ever could come up with a way to just get it in everybody's faces.
Well, I worked a lot in the past with like, I always did Facebook marketing because you could do Facebook and put it on Facebook and Instagram. And it gets really detailed in there where you can go set it to an age demographic, a location, and your ads will pop up,
Right.
But I guess that's the only real way of advertising is through social media when you're paying for clicks,
I mean, and even then, like, I say there was a couple times last year I had some events going on, so I paid Facebook, and my demographic and the map and everything, I left it huge, and I paid them a few $100 to get the word out. Only a handful of people that came in here said that they even saw it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I was like, I just wasted that money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. For somebody at my level, it's all but impossible to try to put together some kind of commercial or ad and actually get it to the folks. There needs to be a service out there that can handle that for you reasonably.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's another thing when you got mom and pops compared to Walmart. Yeah. Walmart can dump, $4 or $5 million into commercial. And for me, if I dump, $1,000 into something, I'm like, I need miracles out of this. You know what I mean? Like that $1,000 got to go a good long ways, and I got to make sure I'm getting back more out of that commercial than what I put into it.
I think I pay $10,000, $15,000 a month for advertising. Then I paid
the
at
hotel?
Hilton.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we
The
pay
Hilton
Hilton,
pays it, yeah.
and you know, Hilton
But that's what I'm
does
saying.
all
They've
that
got the-
advertising. And
They've got the exactly what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Like
yeah.
they're the big box. Now the mom and pop little hotel,
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
down the road,
they're-
they there's no way for them to get it out.
No.
Like it's not an easy thing to do to try
And
to
it
compete
wouldn't be
with it.
worth it to them to get on something like Travelocity or one of those sites where they're selling the rooms. Because when you sell rooms on those sites, you actually lose money on the room because you're selling it to them for a cheaper price than a normal public can buy.
Mhm.
Right. And here's the thing: third parties are a scam. Travelocity, hotels.com, they're charging you to make you a reservation. Right. So you're going to pay about $15 to $30 more than you would booking it through the hotel.
Yeah. So save your $15-$30 and just Google the area.
They'll do this thing where it'll say hotels here starting at $99.99.
Right.
And then you'll get to it. Well, this room starts at $109, and then they'll add in all these fees, and by the end of it, you're paying $189 when you clicked on it because it was $99. And
Yeah. So what you're saying is to use Travelocity, look it up, find out where the room is you want, and then just call
Yeah.
that hotel.
calling's always the best.
Yeah.
That talk to a person.
Yeah.
You know, that's always the best.
It's the same thing with us. Like we use DoorDash. Young lady came in today. She DoorDashed for a pickup, but she also told me, she said, I work for 911. I said, well, we for county, city workers, first responders, all that, we offer a discount, which I can't give you through DoorDash. Plus, you paid more to use the DoorDash app to get the same thing you're about to come pick up.
Yeah.
I'm like, just call us next time and let us know that, you know, you're 911 or you're an EMS worker or something like that, so that we know what's going on and we can thusly adjust your total at the end of it. And it would be cheaper if you would just call me. Even without all that, it would be cheaper just to call me, but I can also offer you the discount on top of it.
Same thing with us. We offer government employees. If you're any type of government employee, Hilton's got you. Yeah, I think it's like $107, right? But you got to book. I can't give you that price in the hotel, but if you go to hilton.com/gov, you can book a room at the government rate. If you're a government employee, all you need is your government ID, right? That's police, you know, army, military, you know. There's two different.
Do they get their military discount on top of the government pricing?
No. But it's going to be, that's going to be cheaper than any other rate, you know, going right. Because they get military friends and family is actually also available if your brother's in the military. You can use military friends and family because you know what I mean? Your family and military, right?
Oh, that's cool.
So you can use that discount, but the actual best way to do it's our military's government employees, so they get $107, and it'd be tax free. Like,
even better.
Yeah,
even better. Yeah,
I don't know if I'm supposed
taxes
to play
can hurt.
Secrets.
Uh-oh.
It's all right.
That's what I say. You just remember, you heard it here. Splitting Hairs Podcast. We're gonna save you some money.
Chip's talking about TikTok. I was just asking Ray about TikTok.
Yeah.
I don't really know how to work TikTok.
I use my TikTok.
And when I say I don't know how to work TikTok, I can go to my TikTok and
you don't even have a shortcut to your TikTok. He is typing it in to search it in his phone.
I don't ever use it. So if I'll click around or I'll start looking at videos, and then this stuff down here go away, and I can't navigate back through it, and I'll get trapped. And
what you mean, get trapped?
Like that'll go away. I don't know how I make it go away.
What
but
go away?
The home button.
No, those don't go away.
I'm telling you, it goes away. Like, see, look.
I mean, yeah, you can do
gone.
some full. Yeah, but are you messing around in lives? Is that what you're in?
Yeah,
right now?
I think I'm looking at them.
Yeah.
There's sometimes, man, I'll get on here.
What is it about this last little bar down here that irritates you?
I don't know.
You don't know. You just don't like it.
I think I'm just old, right?
You're old.
See, look,
and don't send him a message on TikTok. I can tell you right now, he is not reading them. He has over 99 his messages. So that is not a valid way to get up with him.
It's because I don't know how to work it.
Yeah. Well, you got to. I use it. I love TikTok. You get up to 1,000 followers and you can start doing some lives.
Really?
And, yeah. And I did a live on there one night. And this was a couple years back. And it was actually one of my best lives that I ever did on there as a solo, where I had a phone holder and I clipped it into my shirt right here and had my camera facing outwards. And we just worked right here. And everybody got to watch
sounds,
it. Yeah.
I mean, I'd watch that. That sounds entertaining.
Yeah. It can be. It can be. My thing is, you inevitably, if I was to continue to do that, sure enough, somebody would do something stupid and get me in trouble. You know what I mean? So I don't typically do a lot of those while I'm working, just because I don't want to get my account taken down, and I don't want to paint this place in a bad light.
Well, that was kind of the big thing of the 2010s is when, reality TV took over, right? Early 2000s.
When you say reality TV, you need to put the quotations up there.
Well,
scripted reality.
Well, where it's just, I want to watch people work. Like, I didn't get into too many reality shows.
Brent wants to know if that discount works for state government as well.
It sure does.
There you go. Well, yeah, it would have to if you're accepting police. Yeah.
It sure does.
There you go, Brent. You ready to go travel the world? You can't see. We don't want to leave you behind no more. You going with him, right? As long as they got a Hilton nearby.
Yeah.
So, how far is Hilton? Is Hilton in every country or
Yes.
the major countries?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it
Yeah.
was.
Yes. And we were the number 1 place to work in the world for the past 3 years in a row.
Really? Huh. Okay.
I got
What do you think it is that makes Hilton the number 1 place in the world to work? What is it about the Hilton or the policies or whatever?
I'm gonna say it's the discount.
The discount?
That's what everybody loves. I mean, but working at a hotel, it's almost a stress-free job. I'm not going to say it's stress-free. There's times where it's stressful, but for the most part, especially on the weekends, you're a part of people's vacation, right? I know sometimes people might get angry, but for the most part, most of the time, people just want to come in and have a good time. They're on vacation. They're in a great mood. You know what I mean?
It's the same
They're
way,
having, moments. Yeah. Yeah. So it's kind of nice being around good energy all the time.
Hey, Robin. How you doing? Now, she'd be a good one. We should get Robin on here as a guest one night.
Robin.
She's on the county commissioners board. She worked at Hudson Brothers for
and she's
years
a
and
Hilton
years.
member.
There you go. Yeah, well, you got to get that diamond. You can do whatever you want to. They'll even help you hide the body, but you got to be a diamond member.
It's not too
You got a
far
good story
off.
where you help somebody hide a body? You see the cops coming, you just like, throw your knife in here, man. I got you.
No, I haven't, but I know front desk clerks that would totally do it. They're like, yes, sir, I got you right now.
I pride myself on giving excellent customer service, but I think that I would draw the line right about there. I'm not getting involved with that.
Oh, man, Cliff.
The best I can do is I can give you a 3-minute head start before I make the phone call, buddy. So get moving.
I had a front desk clerk. I think he's in a different hotel name. His name's Cliff. He is the greatest, nicest front desk person you'll ever. He's going to go out of his way to make sure everything is perfect. And I think if you were like, hey, Cliff, I got to drag this out of here, I think he might call the cops afterwards, but I think he'd help you and thank you for being a diamond member and give you a bottle of water, a bag of popcorn, and
That's hilarious. How long have you been with Hilton?
8 years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been 8 years now.
8 years. Where'd you start out?
Maintenance.
You started out
I
maintenance.
started out in maintenance. I left Papa John's and I did.
What were you doing at Papa John's?
I was a GM. I was a
Oh.
manager designate.
So you left a general manager's position to go do maintenance.
Yes,
You were tired of all
I
the
was
responsibility,
burnt out.
or
I was completely burnt out.
yeah,
And I worked for corporate Papa John's, which is a lot different than working,
Yeah.
for a person,
mm-hmm.
right? And I was just so burnt out. I was so burnt out. And when you get bigger staffs, like I had a very large staff, I got burnt out and I left. And I took a year and I didn't do anything pretty much. I went hiking a lot and just wrestled, and, but went into maintenance, and I was probably on maintenance maybe a year. And then I went to breakfast.
So you got a question up here, not to interrupt your story, but Trey wants to know what's your favorite wrestling moment. But before we go to that, Robin also said she would love to be a guest, and we would absolutely love to help you or have you. Sorry, I'll be reaching out to you over the next couple of days, and we'll see if we can schedule something up. Thank you.
And I see Trey Webb has noticed that Trip Stewart's here, so I guess Trip, you got to come be a guest. I'd have all of Team Pitbull. Baron, I've already reached out to Baron. Trey G, I've known Trey. I've known you 15, 20 years. Come.
Yeah.
Have a great time. George South.
I don't know a lot about wrestling, but I can hold my own in a conversation at least.
My favorite wrestling moment, there's a lot of them, but I got to think it was my first match I ever won. I'd been started off in a tag team was on BD Productions. And we came up around here, trainers, we're trained in Bennettsville. And we worked for 2 years and they just beat us. Every single show, we just got beat. We got beat. We got beat. We got beat. Fans were responding to us. We were over. But back then, there was a lot of politics, a lot of older guys. They didn't want younger guys to have opportunities. And we went to work for this company. And again, I'm going to bring up Hang Time, Tony James. He was there. He, ran this company, and he believed in us. We weren't very good, but he believed in us. And one night, without telling us that we were going to win, we didn't know, it wasn't pre-planned, we won the tag team titles, our first match we ever won.
Okay.
And looking up at the mat, there was a good crowd there. There was 150, 200 people there. And they were on their feet, standing ovation. We were the shits, but we got a standing ovation. We were the bad guys, and we got a standing ovation from this crowd. And I remember walking out and getting misty-eyed. One of the hardcore fans there, she looked at us and she's like, "You guys deserve it. Y'all earned it." Because that's what people don't get about wrestling titles. And I don't like it when they're just given away, because a wrestling title is not something you win. It's something you earn.
Okay.
Right? It's,
I can see that. It's a business.
Yeah. But it's something you want to, that means they believe in it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that was RWC.
So Drill wants to know about Oliver Sawyer. Like, what happened to him? Where's he at?
I have no idea who that is.
I don't know
Is
who
that
that
his
is
wrestling
either.
name?
I was leaning on you for the wrestling questions here, man. I bet Brandon could answer it if he was here. Brandon Byrne knows everything about wrestling in every shape. Kind of surprised that Trey didn't know. Trey Webb does a lot for the wrestling community around here. I mean, and every time that they bring me a flyer, I try to put it in the most visible place I possibly can. I want to support local too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I said, we're not a major city. We don't have, a whole bunch in the way of we don't even have a movie theater, but there's things to do here.
Yeah.
The community itself wants to provide.
WCEW runs right up the road in Rockingham.
Mm-hmm.
A few places. Wrestling with a Purpose. I don't know if they've been to Rockingham.
Now that's the one they donate all.
Every
the
single show's charity show. Anytime you go to a Wrestling with a Purpose show, believe that that money is going for a good cause.
Good.
It's going for what they say it's going to,
Mhm.
and it's going to the community. It's going to help the community and people,
Okay.
you know, around the man that run Baird and Bullard. I talked to him about being on. He's one of the most unselfish people on the planet, you know.
Okay. Oh, speaking, just not to throw us off topic, but speaking about charities and whatnot, my niece, she's been in the hospital with some traumatic brain injury, and we did a little bit of we did a 50-50 drawing Friday and Saturday, and we raised $300 for them. And both times when the person won, they turned around and they gave that money right back to them.
Yeah.
So I want to say thank you to the community for helping them out. You know, they've got a long, hard road. She's able to breathe on her own now. She's sitting up. She's responding good to all the tests. So
is there a GoFundMe up or anything?
I don't believe that they put up a GoFundMe yet, but I'll talk to them because
Okay.
It's actually, like I said, she's my niece, so
Yeah.
I'll talk to my sister.
GoFundMe goes up, we'll
get
share it on here.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
get it out.
I think Ruth might be in. I don't know where we could see who all was watching, but I think Ruth might be watching. So
Esco's on.
Yep.
What's up, Esco? How are you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Well, we appreciate the rugby ball.
Esco would also like to be a guest again.
Yes.
Yeah, he wants to come on again.
Yes.
I definitely would love to have him back on.
I'd love to talk to him about his everyday life because I know it's interesting. He's got that, you know, work mentality, that workaholic.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how he's
driven.
retired.
He's
you know,
driven
you
for it.
can't.
And that's why he's not retired. He's retired.
Right.
You say that with quotations. He's retired.
There's always another obsession.
Tammy says there is a GoFundMe. Tammy, can you
get us
can you
that
share us? Can you share that link on the comment and we'll get it put up. Thank you, Tammy. I say I'm always here, you know. I'm always here and working, and I don't really get a lot of time to go do any kind of stuff like that. That's why we decided to do a 50-50 raffle to try to earn some money for, you know, it gives you a chance. The 50-50 gives you a chance to win some money, and you know that at least half your money is going to a good cause. And for those people to then turn around after winning and just donate it right back into it, wonderful people. Those are angels. That's what those are.
It's happens more often than you think.
Yeah.
Like that's normally
both nights.
Normally
that's
how
happened.
it goes.
Actually,
Normally
they
how
bought.
it goes.
TJ was here that Friday, and everybody would buy a ticket and then just come bring him his ticket. There was a handful of folks that kept their ticket. Not to say they weren't going to donate to him, but they kept their tickets. But he's sitting over there at the table, and he had almost half the table covered in tickets.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's always great.
Yeah.
Always great. It's always great when the community helps each other.
Yes.
Well, we can't count on the government. We can't count on, you know,
that's right.
Any type of relief that's not each other. As long as we stick together with our communities and help each other, that's what it's about.
And like I said, and Cheyenne further exemplifies what I was saying earlier. Is say you only get so many swings around the sun.
Yes.
You don't know when your ticket's up, so try to make every moment of your life, you know, try to make it happy, but try to leave a legacy that you be proud of and your family members will be proud of.
And I mean, right now, it is Sunday, March 30th, 2025. There's never, ever been a Sunday, March 30th, 2025.
Hell,
it's the very first one.
Well, it depends.
And there's a lot of people that didn't make it.
There's a lot of calendars out there.
And they wanted to make it till March 30th, 2025.
Well, yeah.
We're the lucky ones.
Yeah.
It's up to us to make sure it's the best ever March 30th, 2025.
That's right. That's right.
I'm too positive. So
no, you're right. You're right. And as long as whatever you do to make you happy doesn't affect somebody else's happiness, I'll back you 100% in any way I can.
And you know, going back to something I learned from wrestling, there's a guy, he's really popular right now, CM Punk. CM Punk got me into the thing. I heard him use it first. PMA, positive mental attitude.
Okay.
If you have a positive mental attitude, you can accomplish anything. Right? You know, some people wake up, oh, why is this happening to me? Got to take initiative. Hey, this might be messed up right now, but I got this, this, and this. Right? I'll use no matter how bad it gets, think of your life as a house, right? Think of your life as a house. You're comfortable in it. You love your house. But there's only so many things you can change about it. You can paint it. You can put up new curtains.
Mhm.
But if you ever hit rock bottom, your house burns down.
Mhm.
Now you can rebuild life any way you want it, right?
Yeah, I mean that's a positive outlook. Yeah,
That's you get to rebuild it any way you want it,
Yeah.
and your life can be any way you want it. You just got to put a little bit of work in to get it, to that point. But as long as you're positive and you're driven, you can accomplish anything. Nobody will ever convince me otherwise.
oh, I believe it. I know. I
You know.
100% believe it. Like I said, I stuck my neck out in order to buy this place.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's still doing great.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. Brent just told us the rain has arrived, so it just hit us, Brent. It just nailed us.
Thanks for
Exactly
you guys.
1 hour into the podcast, the rain shows up.
Anyway, we still got 12 people in here.
Yeah.
That's great. I wonder if that's 12 between all sources.
I don't know.
We're still
I don't know how that
figuring out
works,
how to
but
work
I
this.
am grateful that the comments pop up right here.
Yeah.
So
I think that's a new feature. I didn't notice that last week.
I didn't either. I didn't. That's why we had to have our phones up
Yeah.
and constantly monitoring that. So I've got in the future we're gonna have a tech person.
Yeah.
I got somebody
Yeah.
that wants to do it. So I think they're gonna want to run the sound, and they could probably keep an eye on
Yeah.
this kind of stuff for us.
Yeah, and maybe because there's other functions.
Wow.
to
Can y'all
this.
hear that? Are y'all picking up any of that in this microphone? Can you hear the rain? It's coming down.
Because I know we can put up like separate little screens and watch things.
Oh, that's cool.
Like I just don't know how to do it.
Well, we just keep playing with it and learning, right?
Right.
That's all we can do.
And I swear, the little bit of free time I get, I've spent sleeping. Like,
Man, yesterday, I had yesterday I had a little bit of a morning time off. I had people that could come in and
Mhm.
cover, and I get up, I drank some coffee, and then I go get in the shower, and in the shower I'm feeling sleepy. I'm like, you know what? I don't have to be at work for a while. Let me go take a nap. 16 messages and phone calls, and I wasn't even down an hour. I'm like, man, you guys are killing me. I need a little downtime. It's good. Look, I understand. They don't want to mess up here. They know that I've got a lot riding on this. So my employees, especially, they're concerned with every single step that they take.
Mhm.
Even though I tell them, look, use your best judgment and go forward. I'm going to back you up. As long as you had good intentions, I'm going to back you up 100%.
Mhm.
No matter what it is. But they still concern themselves with it enough that they want
No,
answers.
You're not the only person that has that.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's a bad thing. Not by no means. I mean, if they don't want to mess it up because they don't want to mess things
Yeah.
up for me. They don't want to mess up things for them or the community that likes to come here and hang out. People like Sam.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. And Mr. Harrison. Harrison enjoys working here.
Yes, sir.
He's dang. How long you been here now, Harrison?
2 years in September.
2 years of September. Love it. We love our Mr.
Wow.
Harrison.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and
And
he's
that's-
been a part of every single thing that we've done here at Axe to Grind the whole way through.
And once he hits the 2 years, you get employee retention credit. If you knew that or not.
I don't even know what that means.
Oh,
I
man.
told you I'm
Yeah,
new at doing all
yeah,
this.
yeah. Once an employee reaches 2 years, you get what's called an employee retention credit.
Okay.
So that's a write-off on your taxes.
Ah. Okay. Well, we didn't hire him for tax write-offs, but don't think I won't take it, Mr.
No.
Harrison.
Yeah, we want you to work here, as long as you want to. Like, we want you here.
You got that right. Harrison's been a staple of this place. Even before he started working here, he was coming here hanging out.
Yeah.
You want to come up here and say, hey, Harrison?
No,
No, you're good? Okay.
Tammy got y'all that link for GoFundMe, so
Awesome.
Yeah, so the link.
Tammy, thank you. Can we maybe copy that and get that over to the YouTube page as well?
should be able to.
Yeah.
3 dots.
Damn, I should have brought that white piece up.
Go
Show.
no, go to 3 dots. There you go.
In my jet.
No? We'll figure it out later.
Hold on. That's
It doesn't matter. Just put a star next to it, and then we will figure it out later.
star.
Thank you so much, Tammy. Thank you so much.
It should be able to.
And if y'all can, if it's not going to hurt you and you've got all your bills caught up and all your beer money set aside, if you got a couple dollars to toss at them youngins, that would be great. She's only 23, and I mean, she's got 2 kids and a husband that's just working, and everybody's worrying about her. But she is healing. So like I said, she was able to sit up. She's almost able to breathe on her own. A few other things. They're really not sure just yet the extent of if there's going to be any brain damage, which no doubt there is. You know, you can't have bleeding on the brain without experiencing some kind of damage, but they don't know what the extent's going to be. So if you got a couple dollars to help them youngins out, it would mean a lot to me, and I know it mean a lot to them. I'm not going to keep harping on it though. I don't want you guys to feel like we're trying to beg you for money. I don't ever want y'all to feel that way. That being said, though, we will always try to back up something that we find worthy. And I say it that way because, you know, it's something that may be near and dear to you. We may have a different view on some things here and there, but as long as we feel like it's a good cause, we'll back it and we'll push it forward for you.
Trying to see how this works, but I got it up.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I've been seeing all the shorts that you made, man. Like they're popping up all over the place. Yeah. Those are great.
Yeah,
I love those.
It's a great part of this. What's it called? StreamYard. StreamYard automatically does that. It automatically make all the clips, the title on them, and everything.
Oh, that's cool.
And then you just press a button and it uploads it to everything.
Man, hey, it's getting to that next level. It's getting to that next level. So,
But I think the shorts are what's popular these days, and maybe somebody will see a short and come watch a whole show.
Close the door. What? Door's not open, bud. I don't know. Let's see. Brent, you been drinking this early on a Sunday, buddy? I say early. It's what, 8 o'clock, 8:30.
Yeah, it's perfectly good time to drink on a Sunday.
Perfect. Good. I feel bad for trying to shame you on that. So, yeah.
I'd love to get a ghost hunter on. If anyone knows any ghost hunters or paranormal investigators, I know we said something last week.
I've already been yelled at that for once.
Send them our way. We'd love to talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
Any info on the Rockingham Bigfoot? Any videos? Send those in. I want to see those.
Definitely. Most definitely. If you have video of a ghost or a Bigfoot or any kind of cryptid, 100% we want to see it.
Blewett Falls?
What about Blewett Falls?
Is that where Bigfoot lives?
I mean, so that's where Head said that he saw it. That's the guy, that was his nickname. He went by Head. He actually bought my childhood home. Yeah, he's passed now, though. But he said he was camping out down there. For those my age, you'll remember the rope swing, and we called it the island. And he said he walked all the way through that water to come after him, so he just got up and left. But it's called the River Hills. I mean, that's mostly where you're going to hear about the sightings.
Ray Owens is Ray Owens, paranormal investigator.
I don't know. That's a really, really strong first name, though. I dig that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who is Ray Owens? Like clue us in a little bit more. Oh, that'd be cool, Brent. Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's talk to your wife.
Yeah.
And see if he'd like to come on, or if he just wants to share videos. I mean, I'm sure if he doesn't want to be on camera, we can do something. We can have him off camera with a mic, if nothing else.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd want to be on. There ain't no way you're going to hunt ghosts and not like being on camera. Right?
Look, some people are just that curious. I do believe that. I think a lot of folks, they do it just so they can be on camera and get some notoriety. But I do think some people are genuinely curious, and they want to go out there and see what they can actually find and document proof or they've seen something and nobody believed them, and they, try to make them feel like a fool for it. So they're desperate to get it on camera and like, look, see, I told you it's real. I think a lot of folks that are doing it are doing it for that reason. You okay? But he's a paranormal investigator and a guitarist. Okay. All right. Well, that sounds good. You can play us a ghost song. I think I caught him off guard with that one.
He did. Oh.
It brings a new kind of wail to the guitar, right? When I was a kid, my mother and father were notorious for just like rebuilding the house.
Yeah.
Basically, I would come home from school and the walls are gone. Like, I no longer have a bedroom here. Your bedroom's been built back there now, and that's where you're going to be sleeping. Well, during one of these, I got moved closer to where their bedroom was, my mom and dad's bedroom. And there was no insulation or anything. It was just one sheetrock wall on their side. And I just had studs on my side at this point. And it was early in the morning. I was waking up. I don't know how my dad knew I was in there starting to move around or whatever. Because, I mean, it doesn't matter. All of a sudden I hear, oh, that, dude, I didn't even touch the floor all the way to my parents' bedroom. I don't know, maybe 6, 7 years old. We're, like I said, we're out in the River Hills where you're hearing all these stories and stuff. I did not even touch the floor trying to get to my mom and dad's bedroom. I swung from the door frames crossing the hall.
Oh, have I ever told you my Chucky story?
Your Chucky story? I
okay.
don't know.
So my uncle's really into horror movies, and this, I guess this could be some form of torture. But when I was like 4 years
you
old,
did tell me about this.
I broke both my legs. I fell down a flight of stairs, so I was in a body cast from here down. And so I had this My Buddy doll that I was carrying around with me. And so my uncle took me into his bedroom and he put on Chucky, and he took my Buddy doll and he sat it over here in the corner in the chair, just looking at me. And I couldn't get up, turn the TV off, so I was forced to sit there and watch it with that fucking doll staring at me. But now I'm not afraid of any horror movies or ghosts or anything. It kind of numbed me from it. So I guess it's kind of a good thing.
So when I was little, I was furthest from my parents' bedroom at this point in a corner room on the house. And late at night, I mean, and this went on for months, I would hear this scrubbing sound on the side of the house, almost sound like claws. And I was little, so I would get up and I would look out the window and I could just barely see what it was down there. My parents had always told me there was a naked fat man out there scratching himself on the house. Scared the crap out of me. I refused to sleep in the bedroom. Well, the neighbors had they had cattle and they had hogs, and he had this huge hog. He couldn't keep it pinned up, and that's what was getting out, and it was tearing up the corner of the house. So Dad wanted to stop it too. So he put me out there to fight it one day. He goes, "There goes your naked fat man. Go fight him." He put me out there with a stick, shake the stick at the pig. Damn, the pig was at least it's 3 times the size I am now.
Fuck you up, man.
Oh, no doubt, man. And they are incredibly strong. It's like trying to fight a bulldozer, man. You are not winning that fight.
Did you see the picture of the wild hog they killed by the Scotland County landfill a few years back?
Mm-mm.
Dude,
another Hogzilla?
No, dude, yeah, it was like the entire road.
Thank you, bud.
Yeah, the entire, like, both lanes. This big, gigantic 1,500-pound hog, man. Like,
so they caught, I think at the time at least, it was a world record catfish out of Blewett Falls.
I've heard stories about catfish.
There is a picture, and I'm pretty sure it was a Field and Stream magazine that I saw, where this catfish is laying on the back of a flatbed truck, and the tail is actually hanging over, touching the ground. That's how big this catfish was.
It was over by the power plant, right? That come from the radiation.
I think it come from actually up in Blewett Lake, above the dam.
Yeah.
I believe that's where it come from.
Yeah, I've heard stories about the catfish.
Oh Lord,
my whole life.
Like, so we were actually down there fishing, Darby and myself, and this plane come by one day real low. It was a military cargo type plane, and it's real low over the water. And we're like, well, and we just assumed like, well, they must be out here looking for pot plants, because we knew they flew stuff around low and they would look for, I guess, heat signatures or something, somehow where they found them. But it turns around, it comes back and ends up landing on the lake itself. So of course, everybody's got to evacuate now. It was a crash landing, so we all leave. But I don't know how true it is or not. But I know that we've all heard the stories about divers went down there to go get stuff out of the plane, and they were talking about like catfish eyes being that big enough to swallow cars
I've
or
heard
humans.
those stories. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I heard those.
I
Stories.
said, I don't know if it's a true story or not, but I've definitely heard that. And I know what I saw in the Field of Stream magazine, and that's
There's
not.
got to be someone around here that knows about these catfish and knows more about this story.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to come on, and I know someone knows someone that knows, tag them. Let's bring them on.
Yeah. But yeah, that was
Yeah.
that was going around here for many years.
I remember when I was a kid, 13 years old, my friend's mom used to just bring me, him, and his little brother to Blue Fudge, drop us off, and fucking leave us there.
And just leave.
Yeah,
Good luck.
leave. Like, we'd have our tent and fucking our hot dogs or whatever. And
How old were you?
I was 12, 13.
Yeah.
Like, we were stupid, but we made it.
Dude,
Like,
I don't understand. Like you can't trust the youngins to do that anymore, even if you can get them out of the house. Oh my God. Like, look, I only have 3 of my youngins have license.
Mhm.
None of them except for one got it when they were 16. And it's like trying to pull teeth. Like, no, go take this course, get your license. Like, why would you not want your? I couldn't wait to get away from everybody.
Yeah.
Like, let me go be free and go hang out with my friends and ride to the river. And so to get you, I don't think I would necessarily trust the youngins to go out into camp like that. Like, I would feel like it'd be dangerous, not the animals, but the people that would be coming around. But even if you couldn't get them out of the house.
No,
it's like, do they got Wi-Fi? It's like, I don't think I want to go.
But man, when we were kids, we didn't have the internet, so
no,
we had to find things to do. I remember there's an area in Laurinburg where it used to be the bowling alley, the skating rink, and the movie theater were all in one parking lot with Central Park. That was the place, Central Park, the little drive-through.
Oh, little hamburger place. Yeah.
Burger place.
Talking about the one here?
Well, there was one in Laurinburg, but it was all in this one parking lot. So when you were a kid, 12, 13 years old, you just get dropped off in that parking lot on the weekend. They give you $20 and they're like, go find something to do. Like,
it sounds to me like your parents trying to get rid of you. We're tired of feeding this one. Jesus. They just like, here, drop them off at the river this time. Let's see. Maybe they might not find their way back this time. Yeah. So, all right. Well, I think we've hit our hour mark. We definitely we appreciate everybody that's been on to listen.
And we still got 10, but that's great. We still got 10 people listening.
Look, if you want to keep on strolling on, we can keep on for a minute, but I kind of like we don't want to use up all our stories.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got to be on next week.
Sure, yeah, it sure would be nice.
We appreciate Dustin, Brent.
Absolutely, and it sounds to me like they have a lot of interest in some wrestling, getting some wrestling guests on here. So we'll definitely look into doing some of that too.
Yeah, we I know you guys mentioned Team Pitbull, wanting to see those guys and Trip. If anybody else you guys want to see, just let us know and we'll try to get them. I'm sure
tag them up.
Yeah, tag them
or reach out to them. Give them our contact info.
Wrestlers love to talk about themselves.
You can call Axe to Grind or stop by here anytime, or you can swing over to the Hilton. In Laurinburg to talk to Dustin. Listen to me, Derek, whoever this guy is. I don't know. We just met a couple days ago. So, but yeah, I appreciate you guys so much for taking the time to listen to us and share your opinion. I think we could do a lot of good stuff with this podcast.
Yeah.
We can definitely help some folks get some word out there on different things.
Well, what you got going on this week at the bar?
We've got our normal trivia and our music bingo. And this, I'm trying to remember. I think Eric Hawks is going to be here Saturday. Yeah, he's going to be here Saturday to play in the evening time. So you guys get done over at Hudson Brothers and whatnot are partying and living it up, come on over, check us out. Check out some new people to hear them sing. We're always willing to take a chance on a new band. You know what I mean? We'll get you up there and let you have your time in the sun there, so to speak.
Speaking of that, Echo Vibe, we will be here on April 18th. Again, we're starting at 9 o'clock and we're going to until. I know it's a holiday weekend, but if you want to get away from your family, come on out. You want to bring your family.
And
bring your family.
That's how we found Echo Vibe.
Yeah.
We'll open it up. Like, yeah, we'll take a chance, man. Let's get some stuff going.
And
so I think that's important, man. Get these new, like Taylor.
Yeah.
Taylor Bowersock. Absolutely. I mean, he come in, he was talking to me. I'm like, yeah, man, go get your guitar. Let's hear something. And he come back here and just, I mean, he played for hours. Yeah. It was just a handful of us in here listening. I'm like, yeah, man. So we kept bringing him back. We'll have him back again for sure. Yeah. I like him. And he does a really good job. My favorite thing is when bands do their own, write their own music and perform that. To me, it's better than covers, because when you hear the cover, you're sitting there thinking the whole time, about the original band that sung it, and you're comparing. As opposed to you guys come out and do your own thing. There's nothing to compare to. You like the sound or you didn't. Well, I hope everybody's all right. Good Lord. So. All right, guys. That's what he said. That's what when I play trivia, which is my favorite. I always make sure I'm all for trivia. Brent and I are on a team. We call ourselves the Axholes.
I love that.
It was his name. He came up with that.
Well, there should be T-shirts. I'm an Axhole. Yeah, that is a great. Oh man, I wish my iPad wasn't in the shop. I'd make that design tonight.
All right, guys.
All right. We'll see you guys next week.
Thank you.